show is in honor of, it's a show for veterans, about veterans, for their families, and also for the general public. And today we have a very special guest. We have Doug Duval from the Marine Corps League. And Doug is going to talk to us a little bit about their program that they have every year, Toys for Tots. Hello, Doug.
Hi, Paul. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Thanks for having me on today. This year has been a kind of a rough year for Toys for Tots because of the COVID situation. We have a lot less toys being donated to the program due to the fact that a lot of the businesses that we normally get toys from are either closed or they're not. They're concerned about putting up the box to collect them, and they don't want to do it.
I think you had mentioned before, normally you put out about 100 boxes here on Staten Island.
We do. We at least 100 or more. This year, we've only been able to put out about 50. And a lot of those we found out after we gave out the boxes may have to close down. Some of the gyms, LA Fitness, and those, they're on the verge of closing down again. And if that's the case, then those boxes will just remain in their building until we're able to get in there.
You won't be able to get them till probably next year.
Yeah, if there's any toys in them, we won't be able to get them till. We'll probably be losing a lot of toys for this year's program anyway. We may be able to make that up for next year's, but those won't come in until after the season's over with.
And in this year too, you've got a year where a lot of parents won't be able to provide toys because of their financial situation. So again, there's a very great need out there for the toys.
That's
for
correct.
The children.
That's correct. It's always the case when you need it the most, you get it the least. There's a lot of people out there out of work. They can't afford the toys for their kids, but it's when you remember back when you were a kid, you weren't concerned about your parents' finances. You wanted toys, and that's all you wanted. So, and parents are always looking to satisfy their kids any way they can. When we try to help them out with that, we give out as many toys as we can get our hands on. We had a cutoff date of November 13th, but we still took in a few more orders afterwards.
So are these actual toys coming in, or are these orders for toys to go out to children?
Orders for toys to go out to children.
Sure.
As I said, we have the boxes out. We have about 50 boxes out. We'll hopefully get back some toys from that this year.
Sure.
We'll be picking those up sometime in mid-December. Last year, we were able to collect almost 1,200 toys that way.
Sure.
And we used those, since they came in after the season was over, we used those
for this year.
This year's starter. Yeah. The feed toys, whatever you want to call it. So it's difficult to turn somebody down.
Sure.
But unfortunately, we can only do so much.
Yep.
I always tell people, when you're looking to get toys for your organization, that's what we do. We give them to organizations, charitable organizations, who in turn hand them out to their parishes and people that they in their communities. And I tell them you should apply for them online in toysfortots.com. In early October. We open up the website October 1st, and we keep it open till about mid-November. So if you get your order in by then, we'll get you the toys one way or another. After that, it's
Hit and miss.
we do what we can, but there's no guarantee.
Okay. So if someone out there has toys like these we have here in the back,
right?
Thank you, Ro. Again, these are new toys. They're not used toys. These are new toys that you would like to donate. What would be the process for that?
Well, like you mentioned, the toys have to be new and in the original package.
Okay.
That's the foundation's rules.
Yep.
For legal reasons, obviously.
Sure.
And we take in toys all year round.
Okay.
There's no cutoff date for taking them in. Anything we get after the season's open, we'll go ahead and store it for next year.
Sure.
The more we get, the merrier. Um, we do get money from the foundation. We get money that's donated to us from organizations around the island. Any money that is donated to Toys for Tots from a Staten Island organization stays in Staten Island.
Ah, okay. That's good to know.
The foundation set that up so that any county that donates money to their county will stay there, and it'll go in a special account for Staten Island where we can use that next year to purchase toys.
Sure.
Toys are purchased from a number of sources. We used to get them from Toys R Us, but obviously that's gone.
Not happening.
But we do have a lot of online toy manufacturers and,
Sure.
and retailers that work with us. They've been working with us for years, and they get us a lot of different deals. We can buy $2,000 worth of toys sometimes for $1,500.
Sure.
So it works out. When you work with these people, they're very good to you. They also donate a lot of toys to the foundation.
That's good also.
Who in turn send them out to the various locations around the
Chapters,
country,
right.
who they know need it. Now we're considered Staten Island is considered a large organization. We gave out 20,000 toys last year to about 10,000 kids.
Wow.
All right, so you figure each toy is an average of $20 a piece. You can see how that's a lot of money.
Sure.
People don't realize it. You give us a couple of $1,000s. It sounds like, oh, that's a lot of money for toys. And then you wind up with enough toys to make 2 orders.
Mm.
The orders are average anywhere from 100 to 250 toys per
Sure.
order. We give a maximum of 250 per order. If these organizations need more toys, they would have to wait till after the season's over, and if we can get them some more, we'll get them some more. A lot of them go to other organizations to get toys as well,
Sure.
because they fish around, try to get toys wherever they can, because they got a lot of needy kids out there.
Sure.
It's satisfying to know that you can help somebody one way or another.
Okay. Again, if somebody had a toy right now or toys, and they wanted to drop them off, even though they wouldn't go out this year, where would they do that?
They could bring it to our headquarters in Sunnyside. It's the address is 46 Ontario Avenue,
Okay.
10301,
Okay.
which is right near Clove Lakes Park.
Right across from it.
Right, it's near the corner of Clove Road and Victory Boulevard.
Sure.
It's the Marine Corps League.
Is there a box there or?
Well, you can drop it off inside the building.
Okay.
If you go in the back door, there'll be somebody there that'll take it. Right now, if you go there, you'll see people outside in a large tent where we have the toys that we are giving away now, and you could give it to them. If you want to give them your name and address, we'll send you a nice letter thanking you for it. If you want to just donate money, that's even better because we can get a lot more
toys.
You can make the check out to Toys for Tots.
Okay.
And we will send that to the Toys for Tots Foundation. They will deposit that into the Staten Island account.
Yep. So it's a totally separate account.
Exactly.
So it stays on Staten Island.
And then next year, I can go in and use it to buy toys if we need it, if we don't get enough from the donations.
Okay. Is there a phone number or phone numbers?
Sure. You can call the Marine Corps League at 718-447-2306.
Okay.
Or you can call my Magic Jack Toys for Tots line
There you go.
at 917-231-3803.
Okay.
All right. And you can give us a call. If you don't get an answer on the Magic Jack, leave a message. I'll call you back as soon as possible. I usually get back to you within a day.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, any problems, any situations that you want to discuss about Toys for Tots, I'm very happy to answer it.
Okay. Is there a website also?
Yes, well, there's an email address,
Okay, go ahead.
and that would be, I'm reading it off the table here.
That's okay.
Staten.island.ny at toysfortots.org. Okay. And I get those emails. I look them every day. I check to see if you got any questions. You can, if you want to donate anything, you can, send me an email or give me a call, and I'll give you the details on how to proceed.
Okay. I know you mentioned that it was at the Marine Corps League, but I believe that you fellow folks just changed your name of the Marine Corps League building, did you not?
We did. Yes, we had a couple of years ago. We found out that there was a Marine that was killed in Vietnam, named Angel Mendez.
Yes.
Sergeant Angel Mendez, and he was a resident of Mount Loretta.
Okay.
Back in the days when Mount Loretta was kind of like a home for boys and girls for various reasons.
Homeless boys and girls.
Homeless,
right?
Orphanage type,
Yes.
yeah. And after he graduated high school from there, he went and joined the Marine Corps, like a lot of people do after high school.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sent to Vietnam. While he was there, he was involved in an action where his commanding officer was wounded in the middle of a rice paddy, and he ran out there, picked him up, and carried him back to safety, exposing his back to the enemy, and he was shot and killed doing that. For that, the Marine Corps gave him the Navy Cross, which is the second highest award
Yes.
anyone can
Valor.
A valor underneath the Medal of Honor. So we found out he was the story where he's buried up there in Mount Loretta. After his body was brought back here, the nuns at Mount Loretta asked if they wanted to, they could bury him there because he was one of theirs.
Sure.
So we have a ceremony there every year since then. Since we found it, honoring him. And about 2 years ago, the idea was brought up that we would change the name of the detachment, which we did, and it's now called the Sergeant Angel Mendez Detachment.
Sure. Remembering him.
Right. So
Excellent.
there's also a movement now to get one of the new ferry boats named after him. That's in the wind. It requires a petition.
Sure.
And so many signatures, which we're trying to get at this point.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Excellent. I think that would be a much better naming of a ferry boat than one of the politicians having their name
Oh,
on it.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, to
absolutely.
be perfectly honest,
Mhm.
excellent. So again, we have quite a display of the types of toys here that the children might get. All different. Oh, I remember Play-Doh. Probably still have it in my rug.
How much did you eat?
It is
Yeah.
edible, but not too good. But now we thank you, Ro, for those toys. Good donation.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing we get a lot of. People walk in with a bag full of toys. They just decide they're going to go out and buy them, or the Disney store in the mall, for instance, has a couple of our boxes. So people like to go to the Disney store, they buy a few toys, and they put it right in the box.
There you go.
Which we've already collected over 150 toys from them,
Excellent.
and it's still going. It's one of the many ways we collect toys. You do whatever you can to get as many as you can, and because there's always somebody out there that's gonna. No matter how many toys we give away, there's always some that
There's
unfortunately
more of a need, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're an organization out there that needs the toys to distribute, again, would they contact the same through the Marine Corps League here, or
If
through
you
the
want to
central
collect
number?
toys for us with the box, you mean?
or either that, or if they have the need for toys.
If they have the need for toys or they want to collect toys for us, sure. They could go to the email that I mentioned
Okay.
and send me an email.
Right.
Explain
Why
what
don't you give it again? So-
Okay, let me give you that again. It's staten.island.ny at toysfortots.org. O-R-G. And just send me that email. I'll check them every day, so you'll get an answer right away. And if you have any questions, if you have anything if you need toys, if we can provide them for you, we'll certainly do what we can.
Sure. Can you tell us a little bit more about the distribution of the gifts? How do the toys get out to the kids, and how do the various organizations make the distributions out?
Well, the toys are requested by various charitable organizations around the island, churches, synagogues, etc. And we give them the toys that they ask for. They ask for the various age groups and various
Boys and girls, obviously.
Yeah. So we try to accommodate them as much as we can with that. They in turn take them, and a lot of them will have Christmas parties or holiday parties where they'll give out the toys to the kids at that party, just like they'll have somebody dressed like Santa Claus or something like that. Yeah. And they invite us to those occasionally. We go to them. It's really good to see these kids.
That might not
smiles
get anything.
On their face. Yeah, you don't realize how much people don't have. Most of us live fat and happy,
Yep.
and don't realize what the other side is like. So we're just doing our part here to help one facet of that situation.
I'm sure with this year there'll be a lot of things like out of the back of trunks of cars or things like they did for Halloween because of the COVID restrictions. I mean, we're not having a holiday party at my post, for example, because of this.
Well, that's under normal circumstances. This year, I'm not sure exactly what they plan to do. A lot of them will give the toys out at their services on Sunday and things like that. This is the Toys for Tots organization has been around since 1946.
Oh, okay. So it's right after World War II.
Right. It was started out in California by one of the Marines at Camp Pendleton in California near San Diego. His wife apparently was a big doll maker. She did as a hobby, but she was getting so many of them, she didn't know what to do with them. So she decided she'd give them to her husband to give to some of her troopies, the E3s who didn't have any money anyway.
Sure.
And below. So he started that, and he the next year they did it again, and then a few other Marine organizations around the country started picking up on it till eventually it became a situation where the Marine Corps itself, the commandant, gave it an order to have the Marine Reserve handle that.
Ah, okay.
So they are the ones that take care of it for the most part.
They do the administration of it.
Exactly. And they in turn, they get people like the Marine Corps League and VFWs and just some civilians in general to help out on occasion. We take care of Staten Island. The Marines Reserve in Brooklyn, they take care of the rest of the city. They take care of Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens, as well as parts of Long Island.
Okay.
So they have a really big job on that. They give away thousands and thousands.
I would think so.
Over 200,000 toys every year.
The other thing is this is a 501 registered charitable organization, correct?
It is. Any donation you make to the
is tax
deductible. It's a 501c3 organization.
Okay.
If you donated money, obviously you can deduct that amount. If you donate toys, you'll get a letter from us thanking you for the toys, but we can't assign a value to it.
Okay.
You would have to discuss that with your tax consultant and decide what you think they were worth. But in any case, they're both write-offs in some way or another.
Yep.
So you can think of it that way. If you're going to give to charity, this would be one of the
a good one to give to.
The thing to remember about the Toys for Tots is 94 cents out of every dollar is used to buy toys.
That's a very high percentage.
It is. It is. Only 4 cents goes to administration. Many of the people that work for Toys for Tots are volunteers. They don't get paid. There's a few accountants, et cetera, that do, but the top executives all
They're
volunteers.
all volunteers.
Yeah.
There's no big salaries involved and things like that.
None whatsoever.
I can
No.
tell you, having looked at a number of charities, because before, for example, my VFW post makes a donation to something, we look at Charity Navigator or one of
Right.
those services to see what's the percentage that actually ends up in distribution to the people that you want the money to get to.
Right.
94% is a very, very high percentage. So it's a good, strong charity.
Mm-hmm.
It's one that's getting out a good portion of what you give to those that need it. So again, very important items when you're making donations or when you're giving toys or things like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a very, very well run organization, and
Well,
they're
it's run
very,
by Marines. Come on.
of course, it's very strict the way they handle everything. We at the end of the season, I give them a report on everything we've done, every toy we purchased, every toy we've given out. And every LCO, they call it, that around the country has to do this report.
Okay.
And they have, as I said, that's how we know we gave out over 20,000 toys last year in Staten Island alone.
Just in Staten Island.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, that's excellent. Why don't you give the contact information again? Give everything, the address,
Sure.
phone numbers.
The address would be the Marine Corps League at 46 Ontario Avenue.
It's right opposite the Clove Lakes Park off of
It
Victory.
is. It's right next to the water department. Has a big building right next
Yep.
to us. It's a 10301 area code. The phone number is 917-231-3803 or 718-447-2306. Or you can send us an email at staten.island.ny at toysfortots.org. O-R-G.
Yep. And if you do donate to the parent organization, it would be good to note, if you're a Staten Islander, if you want those toys to be here on Staten Island, annotate, for Staten Island or something like
Well,
that.
if you send a check to the parent organization, which is located in Leesburg, Virginia, in Quantico, Virginia,
Mhm.
If your check has an address on it from Staten Island,
They will.
they will deposit it into the Staten Island account.
That's good.
But if you do send us the check, we have a special stamp that ensures that it will be given to Staten Island. We'll stamp the front of the check that says Staten Island, New York on it,
Yep.
and they'll definitely put it into our account. We usually get a lot of. I see the account from time to time, and I see money being deposited that I didn't
Put
run
in there.
through, but I know that that's
From the
coming in
main
from-
organization.
right.
Good. Well, again, we're coming up to the holiday season. This is important to get out here to the children, especially now in this time of need. It's been a difficult year. Let's hope that the vaccine comes out soon and
Well,
we can
yeah.
all take the vaccine and be safe going into the next year. But again, a good charity out there. It helps here on Staten Island,
Mhm.
which is where you want it to impact the most, and overseen by our Marine Corps League. We truly appreciate that. So, what type of toys are you actually looking for, and are there any that you would consider not really appropriate?
Well, the age groups that we give toys to are anywhere from 1 year old to 12 years old.
Okay.
Okay, most of the toys you buy in the store will have the age group on it. It'll tell you what
Sure.
is appropriate for. We don't generally like to give out toys that toy guns and things like that. A lot of people are even though we're the Marine Corps League, it doesn't mean we're
Advocating.
We're
for,
not advocating that kind of thing. But most of the toys already have the age group on it, and as I said, we anywhere from 1 to 12 years old is what we're asking for.
And then you try to break them up into the different groups when you give them out, correct?
We do. Well, we get when we get an order from one of the organizations, it would give us, it will tell us how many toys they need for each age group.
Okay. And then for boys and girls.
And for boys and girls, and we'll put together a package for them. You know, plastic bags full of toys for the different age groups, and we'll give them out, and then they in turn will hand them out to the kids whenever they have their parties or services.
Okay. And then, of course, one big really no-no is please do not wrap them.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you wrap them, then we'll just take the wrapping off because we don't know who we don't know what it is. Yeah. So we have to make sure, first of all, it's appropriate. You never know what you're going to get sometimes. We ask that you don't give us gift cards and things like that. We don't really hand those out. We usually give them back. They're not really appropriate to give to kids. Okay. But yeah, just
so basically, these are good examples right here. It tells you the age group. It's not wrapped, and this way you can make the distribution to the age group involved.
Sure. Obviously, the older the kid is, the more difficult it is to find a toy that's appropriate.
Sure.
Because they're getting at 8, 11, and 12, they're more or less getting away from these kind of toys into video games, electronics, and whatnot.
And the problem with those, realistically, would be you don't know what type of system they have.
And they're very expensive in some cases. We're not allowed to buy toys with the money that we're given that costs more than $30 a piece.
Sure.
So if you can find a video game for $30 or less, then great. But I don't think so.
Yeah, but you still, how do you make the decision which child gets that if you don't know what system they have? Because they all don't interact too well. So
when they give us these orders, they'll say 10 boys age 11 and 12. Mm-hmm. If we had something like that, we would give it to them. Then it's up to those organizations to
make the
decide who gets them and whatnot. Sometimes people will donate like a bicycle, for instance, which I don't recommend really because there's a case where who do you give it to?
Yeah,
you give it to an organization, they take it back to them, and then what do they do with it? They give it to the 1 in 200 kids that are there. Yeah, it's difficult.
These would be much better, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you got individual gifts.
Okay. So again, the show is in honor of. We appreciate you watching. Thank you to the Marine Corps League for coming and telling us all about Toys for Tots. Have a good holiday going forward, and send in your toys.